Hi guys, George here from Zero Period Productions. You know how we felt a little teased and a little let down when we first joined the Bards College and that was really it? There was no getting to compose sonnets or ballads or even perform musical numbers with our fellow bards. I mean, hey, I don't know about you, but I expected it to be some sort of mini-guild in terms of functionality, but alas, it was not meant to be. But lucky for us, there's plenty of mods out there that have worked to fix this in the years since Skyrim's release. And today, we're taking a look at two of the latest and greatest. The first mod on today's list is Skyrim's Got Talent, Improve as a Bard by JaySerpa. While the mod doesn't add quests, ranks, or anything like that, it does add the functionality and even a progression system for aspiring bards in Skyrim. Unlike vanilla Skyrim, you'll be able to play instruments, which is as simple as clicking on any instrument in your inventory. What I like about Skyrim's Got Talent is that it's not really trying to implement any new UI or menus on us. It's a simple and straightforward approach, and that's all it needs to be. The real heart of the mod is its music. I mean, it's a Bards mod, so that's a relief. Skyrim's Got Talent adds 100 new instrumental tracks for you to play, across flutes, drums, and lutes. And it's not just you that gets some enjoyment out of this new music either. NPCs will be able to react to your performances, with over 50 different possible reactions from your fans. Or haters. When you first start off, you probably won't be drawing too many crowds, and you might even be driving some people away with your excuse for music. This is of course where the progression system comes in. You can't expect to just pick up any instrument and immediately be great at it. Each instrument has 5 ranks, from rank 1 being clueless and rank 5 being master. At rank 1, you'll have people yelling at you to stop, with guards even saying their "by the order of the Jarl, stop right there" line. At lower ranks, there's even a chance for you to break your instrument from such a bad performance. Honestly, playing your instrument at a lower level is a lot of fun for this reason. Just to see the over-the-top reactions from NPCs, the debuffs, and whatever message you get in the corner of your screen as a summation for your performance. The ranks and progression operates on a point system, with 25 points needed to go from one rank to the next. Each completed performance, you'll gain somewhere from 1 to 5 points, the number of which is based on a few different factors. Having completed the Bards College will net you an extra 2 points for each performance. Having the well-rested buff will give you another 2 points, while suffering from a disease or other debuff will lower your potential score by 2. On top of this, you can also pay other bards to teach you what they know, akin to trainers in Skyrim's vanilla skills. Training will improve your experience with all instruments by 3 to 10 points. That being said, each bard will only teach you once, so you'll need to talk to different minstrels across the land if you plan on raising your skills this way. Good thing Solitude has an entire college of them, huh? The best part of this rank system is that you really get that sense of progression. You unlock new songs with each new rank, you'll hear different variations of those songs, and at lower ranks, you'll hear your pitiful attempt at trying to play some of these tunes. One of the fun parts of the mod takes the form of buffs and debuffs. At lower ranks, you'll have a debuff for your lackluster performances, and at rank 3 with an instrument, you'll taper off and have no buff or debuff. At ranks 4 and 5, you do gain buffs for your improved musical ability. For drums, you'll be able to gain a Fortify health buff, or take a loss to your health, depending on your skill level. For flutes, it's a buff to your bartering price, or a hit to your bartering ability. And for lutes, it's a buff or debuff to your magicka and stamina. My absolute favorite part of the mod has to be in regards to NPCs and their reactions to your performances. At ranks 1 and 2 with an instrument, you're not going to be getting any good reception at all. At rank 3 with an instrument, you won't get any reaction. You're not terrible enough to be booed, but you're not good enough for anyone to care. At ranks 4 and 5 is when you'll start getting a more positive reception. Applause, cheers, you name it. NPCs can tip you for your music as well, and you can even tip other bards for their performances. The mod has a great sense of humor between NPC interactions, the buffs, debuffs, and different interactions you have throughout the new system. Being a bard should be fun, and Skyrim's Got Talent really helps give it that more whimsical feel. I will say that I had a lot of fun getting to see how you improve, and hearing the clunkier performances as well as the cleaner, improved ones. Going through and listening to the different songs and their variants was a lot of fun. I even got to hear a really butchered version of the Game of Thrones theme at a lower level on my flute. A couple days before I uploaded this video, the mod author even added more songs to the mod, as well as the ability to perform duets with other bards across Skyrim. The mod does have one requirement: BA Bard Songs by Shiolude, which provides a good chunk of the music for Skyrim's Got Talent, with the mod author's permission of course. The other tracks from the mod comes from a variety of sources, including Enderal, Santiago Molina, and Evan Handyside, all of whom have approved of the mod to use their music. In terms of compatibility, don't expect this to be compatible with any other Bard mods. Yes, there are some that may work alongside Skyrim's Got Talent, but none of them will work together in unison. Currently, Skyrim's Got Talent is only available on Skyrim Special Edition for PC. There are, of course, several Bard-related mods for Oldrim in case you're still looking to flesh out that version of the game. I'm always an advocate for switching to Special Edition if you haven't already. It's always dirt cheap during Steam's big sales, and a lot of mod authors are really starting to move their emphasis towards Special Edition for releases. For me, once I went to Special Edition, I never wanted to go back to Oldrim. The second Bard-related mod we're looking at today is Bards Reborn, Student of Song by LumenMystic. Unlike the first mod today, this is something more focused on fleshing out the Bard's College itself, through quests, bardic spells, and a new character to really help flesh out your experience as a student of song and verse. This is a whole rework of the Bard's College, with the intent being to make it a musical museum of sorts, drawing on the college as we see it during the Elder Scrolls Online, with plaques, new artwork, and displays for unique instruments such as Lily Tongue and Sky Talker. Each student is given their own private dorm with a desk, bed, and a private chest. The kitchen has been expanded upon, there's a shrine to Dibella, and tanning racks for instrument crafting. Not to mention an improved library with rare and new books. I love the improvements to the college. It really feels like it's this great mix of museum and musical academy all rolled into one. The author did a great job of using the confines of the original building and its layout, but adding more rooms, functionality, and decoration. They really managed to work with the space given to them, and did so in a way that feels really well implemented into the game. In the vanilla Bard's College, it's really just the one quest. You find Olaf's verse, help with the celebration, and that's it. Boom. You're a bard. Okay, and yes, there's the quest to find the missing instruments if you really want to count those as being a part of the Bard's College. Sure. But Bards Reborn adds more, through a new voiced NPC, Maluka Hopesinger, inspired by Maluka on YouTube, who you probably know for her rendition of The Dragonborn Comes. She serves as your academic advisor and quest giver, having you take courses such as history, lyrics, and the Poetic Edda. Each of these courses will come with their own oral exam, so you'll need to make use of that expanded library that we mentioned earlier. The nice thing about the exams is that while you need to get every question right, you can just retake the test as many times as you need to, and there's no penalty for taking it again and again. Some of the exams cover more basic information that you might know just from knowing Elder Scrolls lore. Others, such as the history of the unique instruments, you'll need to read the different plaques in order to learn of their origin, history, and owners. For passing classes for the musical instruments, such as drum, flute, and lute, you'll have to raise your skill by playing the instruments themselves, similar to what we saw in Skyrim's Got Talent. Once you have successfully passed all of your courses, Maluka will pass you on to Viarmo, who will then give you the quest to uncover King Olaf's lost verse. The mod was made with new playthroughs in mind, but you can still play this with a character that has already joined the Bard's College. So even if you've already completed Tending the Flames, you can still go through Maluka's quests and studies. And while she'll tell you to speak with Viarmo about King Olaf's verse, it won't mess up anything scripting-wise for your game. One feature that I think a lot of people will enjoy is the new spell song system, which allows for players to unlock new skills and spells based upon your musical abilities. We've seen a precedent in lore for spoken and even sung spells such as this too, whether it be the Thume, sword singing, and green singing. If anything, yeah, bards would probably want to try and find their own variant of it, and a truly talented bard could really make a name for themselves through practice, study, and dedication. There were a couple minor issues I had while joining the Bard's College, and they really were minor. Viarmo had that weird dark face bug, Maluka would walk away during my instrumental exams. Oh come on, I'm not that bad. And instructors not showing up to class on time, and sometimes not even teaching when they did show up. Although that was half of my real-life college experience anyway. It wasn't easy to tell if you had technically attended a class, even though it's supposed to be part of how you pass your exams. What I will say is that I'm really glad that there wasn't a strict schedule you had to follow, and I'm glad that you don't get in trouble if you didn't attend classes. Honestly, when Maluka gave me the daily schedule, I was worried that this was going to be like that one questline in Kingdom Come Deliverance. I still have nightmares about that, frankly. There's a lot of other features in this mod as well, many of which come from an older mod, Become a Bard, which was integrated into Bards Reborn with the original author's permission. This includes a full MCM, new Radiant quests, and perks for the player to earn through ongoing practice and musical performance. Since Become a Bard wasn't being updated or maintained, being able to bring it forward and make use of its framework to provide more quests and even classes and exams for the Bards College is great. It means being able to build upon someone else's work in order to modernize it, add on to it, and really get it into the hands of more players. Like Skyrim's Got Talent, Bards Reborn is currently only available on Skyrim Special Edition on PC. So once again, if you don't have it yet, just pick it up during the Steam Summer Sale or something. It'll probably be like $5. maybe 10. Now, these mods are not compatible with one another, since they do have some overlap in regards to playable instruments. For this video, I had them installed and recorded separately, but wanted to make this video a Bard-themed showcase, and had both of these mods highly recommended to me. I don't know how likely or possible it even is, but I'd love to see a compatibility patch between these two, as I think making use of the musical progression from Skyrim's Got Talent would play really well with Bards Reborn, to make your improvement with instruments feel much more noticeable. Regardless of how little you've played the instruments, in Bards Reborn you'll always play the same variants of the song, making it much harder to gauge when you've practiced enough. Still, even without that progression, Bards Reborn adds a lot. This is just me thinking out loud. The crazy thing is, both the mods we've looked at today, Skyrim's Got Talent and Bards Reborn, are relatively new. They released within a couple months of one another, with Skyrim's Got Talent releasing early June 2021, and even being updated since then too. Recently, I've noticed a growing trend of newer mods receiving a ton of updates and overhauls even within the first few weeks of their release. We've seen it with Project Proteus and Become an Orc Chief, just to name a couple, and Skyrim's Got Talent is no exception to this. In the literal week or so since its initial release, the mod has received significant updates. This isn't even JaySerpa's only mod to be released recently. The dude has been absolutely killing it in the past few months. He has made Stay in Shape, a mod that allows you to gain or lose muscle depending on how much you exercise. He's made Immersive Interactions, which allows your character to perform a ton of different animations based on their actions. And that's just a couple of their recent hits. But suffice it to say, there's a lot of mods from Jay that you'll want to check out. With Bards Reborn Student of Song, the mod author has expansions for the mod in mind. But in its current state, I'd say this is still a fully fleshed out mod. It feels really finished as is. But I'd still be happy to see more. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you get to try out these mods for yourself. In the end, I understand why Skyrim didn't include an in-depth musical system like this, but even something as simple as being able to play musical instruments would have been nice, since we're able to join the Bards College after all. But after almost 10 years of Skyrim, you're probably looking for something a bit more from the game, and mods like these two really help to give us that experience, to give us the features that we wish were in the game, and would likely expect to be included if Skyrim was to launch for the very first time today. I wound up having a lot more fun with these mods than I expected, and the amount of depth that comes from both of them is absolutely astounding. Both mods feel like they're really well implemented into the game. They don't feel clunky or tacked on, they feel like a natural extension of Skyrim. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.